All right, so FBB2 stay starting down south, and Andy and I were pretty much joking about this right now. Do you think they're gonna camp?
Probably, it's quite possible. I'm not sure if it was FBB or a different team, but I remember one team just kind of sitting.
I think it was their opponents actually. Maybe it was FBB. No, actually, it was FBB2.
Literally,
it was FBB2 against TOG. Yeah, it was. You're right, and it was FBB2 that just decided to just camp.
Actually, they might be. They might be. They're actually posted up behind this rock.
They are camping.
No,
they are.
Are they going for the same strategy? I mean, they're sending one AMX 50 out and their that Tiger 2 out. So I don't think they're going for the exact same strategy they did last time because it really didn't pay off.
They are sending at least 2 heavy tanks out. I really thought they were going to camp there.
Yeah, I mean, last time it was just ridiculous because they just sat there the entire match and, they didn't move an inch. They literally moved 10 meters. They're actually going for the central hilltop. So they probably told themselves, like, camping here does not work. They actually lost that round actually. So they actually opted for a tank destroyer as well. So quite interesting.
G House still going with his T28 here.
Yeah, so
on the other side, IF going with only one WZ-132, and the rest of it is just pretty much heavy tanks as well. So. With just that little extra mobility here, once again.
Definitely. But actually, quite surprisingly, FBB have pushed up towards this middle hilltop here, whereas the IF team are actually kind of more pulled back towards their base and having a more defensive setup.
Well, they actually left their AMX 50s, like, on the hilltop within their starting position, which provides kind of good sniping, line of sight to the central hilltop. If FBB2 decides to go for a push, right now they do have like all their heavy tanks on that hilltop pretty much.
Yeah, definitely.
They're staying under cover, like
and that T28 prototype is actually way down there as well, providing cover fire if the IF team do decide to push up that hill.
Yeah, big GG8 who did take a little bit of damage, but of no consequence, like, so far. Just a little bit of damage on his Tiger 2.
Yep, and actually on the right of the screen, the two T1s have spotted each other, so they might kind of brawl it out, but nothing too major.
Well, actually now the T32 from the IF side, just getting a peek here, just getting closer to that central hilltop.
Yeah.
With the WZ-132 right behind him.
Yeah,
those MX-50s are still like camping pretty much like as snipers within the northern starting position.
I kind of wish the IF just kind of pushed up towards this hilltop here because I feel like in these close firefights the IF are more coordinated. So
indeed they are.
They could if they just kind of go out there, they could just quite possibly take the set without kind of waiting. For FB
possibly, but then again, they are slightly outgunned in terms of raw firepower. Obviously, the tank destroyer cannot be just disregarded. Look at that. That tank destroyer is just camping all the way down south.
Yeah.
But it's got a straight line of fire through the middle road, pretty much. So through that central ridge. If you charge in, you're going to leave yourself quite open to that T28, and needless to say that it does quite a bit of damage. So you can't really risk it that much. Hopefully the WZ-132 can flank it, and actually it's going to the western island as we speak, can flank it and take out the T28. If the T28 goes down, yes, we're going to see a push.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So that WZ-132 now pushing
actually try
down.
To flank it, pretty much. Try to flank that. And you know what? The T28 has no cover right now. Because all the heavy tanks are committed to that central hilltop, pretty much. They've monopolized it. However, if that T28 gets taken down, I would give the advantage to AF. Because as you've said, like in terms of just individual skills, perhaps there's just a little on top of their opponents. So I kind of wish the IF team kind of pulled out their AMX 50s a little bit out more forward so that they can get But it's kind of a counteracting maneuver to that T28.
They're
just like camped up there to stay out of fire pretty much and still provide cover fire if the heavy tanks decide to push up north pretty much.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they're that far back, then it doesn't give the IF team an option to push up the hill.
Exactly. Well, you mean like they should probably send maybe one as bait?
At least one.
Kind of as a bait,
or even just like a tank. Well, it's kind of hard to use the word tank in a tank game, but you know what I mean, like someone who takes damage.
Right. but because of that T28, I don't think you can really afford to do that. It's just that tank would be a goner. Unless you're really sure what you're doing, like you'd be losing a tier 8. It's not a risk they're willing to take.
Whoa, that actually that WZ132 did get taken out. So
yep, it did actually. Yeah, Coke 05 is now gone actually. He was by Captain USSR.
Not working out for them.
USSR and his MX50 did take out Coke, so flanking is now out of question here. However, they still don't have the win here because the T1 was taken out, so it's only a 7-tier point advantage here.
And about a little under 5 minutes now remaining in this match.
You know what? Although they have a 7-tier point advantage, I don't see FBB2 even risking to even take out an extra T1.
Oh, and that T1 has been taken out as well. So Ace, it's only a 6-tier point advantage.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, I don't see FBB2 even risking. Just going out there to try. I think they just they would be quite happy to just draw this and play it again.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I think the IF team is a little bit too passive this round. I don't know why they're kind of changing their play style, because in the
it's just pretty much because of the T28. It is a very direct line of fire, like in that middle section. So you can't really risk a push. Where else are you going to push?
Or you could go down.
If you commit like to the island, then because all the heavy tanks are on the central hilltop on the FBB2 side, then you would leave your base wide open for capture. So,
or the eastern side.
The eastern side,
you have
village,
yes, for cover.
You do, but because they have monopolized the central hill, then whichever side you decide to go, you're still going to leave yourself open to a flank. So I can't understand why IF is not willing to just give this away. They could risk it because there are 2 sets to love up. However, it would be just too much of a risk versus reward type of thing. So they're kind of content to just sit this one out. Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I just love seeing both teams brawling.
Well, obviously that's what we want to see. But you know, if you from these guys' perspective, like basically, you know what, IF is being smart here because it's up to FBB2 to make play here. I mean, they're the ones who are on the brink of elimination, pretty much. They're the ones who have to win this. IF can just wait for a mistake out here. And you know what? Just because that WZ132 was taken out, but I think that they're just banking on a flank to take out the T28 pretty much, and that would certainly give them the advantage. So it didn't work out this time around, basically. Now we're down to 3 minutes, and I really don't think much is going to happen here.
You think it's going to end in a draw?
I don't see IF risking this. You know, if I were them, I wouldn't risk this pretty much. I'd rather replay it with my WZ132 pretty much and attempt a successful flank, because this type of approach from FBB2 is pretty much going to stay the same. They're going to go for the exact same strategy, I think. What else are you going to do with the tank destroyer on mines?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if I was IF, I'll just go for the push, and like, if I lose, then I'll just go to the next map and try and have a different strategy. But
if the same scenario unfolds in set number 2, they're probably going to lose a wee bit of their patience and be like, okay, you know what, let's just go for it. Probably. But right now they're like, okay, you know, we kind of figured out what they want to do with this T28, so let's just wait it out and let's try to go for a flank next time around, pretty much.
Quite possibly, yeah. I mean, the thing is, you know, both these teams are probably going to have the same tank selection if this doesn't end in a draw. So, I mean,
I just think like really IF was waiting to see what FB2 would come up with, like, you know, because playing with a tank destroyer on mines is pretty unorthodox, pretty much. So they're like, okay, what are these guys going to do, pretty much? Now they did figure it out. Perhaps they're just going to get a few ideas on how to tackle this. But like, yeah, most definitely, no, I can't know for sure. We still have 1:30, but it does look like we're heading straight
for a draw. It's under 1 minute 30 seconds left.
I don't see anything happening
here. Neither team has really moved at all. I mean, these AMX50s and that temperature, you know.
Well, you know what? Like, it's really not that unexpected because of FBB2.
Yeah.
Actually. I mean, FBB2, they just play the way that they are, and well, they've always played like this pretty much. So.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, FBB2, if they pushed out towards the IF base, then they would just get shot down by those AMX50s.
Yeah, they would.
And then on the opposing side, if the IF team wanted to push, then they would just get shot down by the AMX50s.
Yeah. Or by the both the AMX50s and of course the T20 down there, all the way down south. So not an option.
Yeah, so less than a minute now.
It's just FBB2 is the kind of team that's really quite content to create stalemates pretty much and just wait for the opponents to lose patience and just charge Lancelot Star and get shot. That's how they won against TOG pretty much. And TOG was a very similar team as well. But like, it's not enough to win.
Yeah, but I think
waiting for your opponents to make the mistake is not enough. It's not going to take you that deep into the tournament, because superior teams come up with more creativity and more options on maps that allow well, different strategies pretty much. So
yeah, so IAF, this looks like it will end in a draw. Only 6 tier points difference, so neither team having enough tier points to win. We'll have to replay mines, and
yes,
hopefully we'll see some more action this time.
Well, hopefully, yes.
I really hope so.